It's constant in every character that was there. It's just bizarre.
Good morning. This is the Board of Supervisors meeting for September 16th. And roll call, please.
Supervisor Delbar?
Here.
Supervisor Pinches?
Here.
Supervisor Smith? Here. Supervisor Colfax?
Here.
Chair Wattenberger?
Here. And we will be taking up the regular business of the board first this morning, and we will be moving into closed session at the conclusion of regular business. So that'll most probably be this afternoon. At this point, I'd like to invite Eric Crane to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Crane. Next item of business, item 4, the approval of the minutes of the final budget hearings and September 9th board meeting. To the board, concerns, comments, action.
I'll make a motion to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, and that would be for both items?
Yes.
Okay. There is a motion before us. Do I hear a second?
Second.
There is a second. Discussion to the motion or to the minutes? Hearing and seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor of approval of both sets of minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, motion passes 5-0. We now move to consent calendars. We have a regular consent calendar, and we have a Air Quality Management District consent calendar. To the clerk, has proper notice been established for these items?
Yes, it has.
Okay. Item 5-8 will be pulled for separate consideration under my sponsorship. Other items from the board to be pulled for separate consideration.
Mr. Chairman,
Supervisor.
if the clerk would record a no vote for me on item number 9 and then number 11 for discussion later.
Number 11 for discussion later. And a no vote on item 9, which is adoption of resolution adopting the final budget for fiscal year 08-09. Is that correct? Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I would request we pull item number 9 for discussion.
Okay. Item number 9 is now pulled for discussion. Supervisor Smith.
That was my item as well, number 9. Thank you.
Okay. So both item 9 and item 11 are pulled for discussion. Those will be at the conclusion of the regular routine business this morning. Item 8 is pulled also. So what is the action of the board on the remaining consent calendar items?
Move to approve.
Okay, there is a motion to approve consent calendar with the air quality management consent calendar in addition, with items 8, 9, and 11 pulled for later discussion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second. So there is a motion and a second. Discussion to the item. Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, motion passes 5-0. This brings us to item 8, which I will bring up at this point off of the consent calendar. And this is a proclamation of the Board of Supervisors honoring Mr. Ray Hall as Director of Mendocino County Planning and Building Services upon the occasion of his retirement. And as the chair, as the sponsor, I will not be able to make this motion, so I would look to the other board members to make the motion of approval after I read the proclamation, please. So, Mr. Hall, where is Mr. Hall? Mr. Hall, could you please come to the podium, please?
Maybe that's not a good thing.
Well, it is Mendocino, and we're going to break the rule today, so this is a good thing, Ray. This is a proclamation of the Mendocino County Board of Supervisors in recognition of Raymond Hall AICP Director of the Department of Planning and Building Services upon the occasion of his retirement for his service to the County of Mendocino and its citizens. Whereas Raymond Ray Hall has served for over 31 years as a valued employee of Mendocino County. And whereas Ray began his career with the county as a Planner 1 in July of 1977, and he progressed through the ranks as Planner 2, Senior Planner, and culminating as the Department of Building and Planning Services Director, appointed in July 1985, and becoming one of the longest-serving department heads in the history of the county. And whereas, though it is little known, Ray's history of public service extends